Ladies and gentlemen, let me start with this: life isn't about staying in one place. It's about moving forward, evolving, and becoming the person you were destined to be. But sometimes that requires something drastic. Sometimes you need to hit pause. Sometimes you've got to reset. Let me tell you, this growth isn't loud. It's quiet. It's lonely. It's deliberate. You don't transform in the spotlight, you transform in the shadows. You see, when I think about resetting your life, it's not just about stepping away from what's around you, it's about stepping into what's within you. Recognize when it's time for a change. Maybe you've been feeling stuck, uninspired, or even defeated. That's okay. The first step to transformation is admitting that where you are isn't where you're supposed to stay. Disappear. Yes, you heard me right. Disappear. Not out of fear or failure, but to focus. Focus on yourself, your goals, and the life you want to build. Stop scrolling, stop comparing, and stop explaining your every move to people who don't matter. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's power. When I've prepared for roles, I've learned that silence is where the work gets done. Behind closed doors, in the late hours when no one's watching, that's where the real transformation happens. Let go of what's holding you back. Shed the habits, the doubts, the people, and even the comforts that no longer serve you. You can't hold on to the old if you want to make room for the new. And then start rebuilding. Piece by piece, brick by brick, day by day, be deliberate about your actions. Have a plan. Write it down. Commit to it. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievements. Without it, you're just dreaming. Let me tell you something my mother used to say: ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship when it gets tough, and it will remember. That's when the transformation is happening. Don't chase applause. Success doesn't need validation. When you're grinding in silence, your results will speak louder than words. Let your transformation be your testimony. Learn, invest, grow. This is your time to expand your mind, develop your skills, and become the person capable of achieving everything you dream of. And when you've done the work, when you've sharpened your tools, strengthened your mind, and fortified your spirit, then, and only then, re-emerge. But this time, re-emerge as the version of yourself that no one saw coming, the version that's undeniable. Remember, you don't need permission to reset your life. The only permission you need is from yourself. And when you decide to transform, disappear if you must, but come back when you're ready to inspire. As I always say, fall forward, because even in your struggle, even in your silence, you're still moving toward greatness. Now go. Reset. Disappear. Transform. The world isn't ready for the person you're about to become. Recognizing when it's time for a change is one of the most powerful realizations you can have in life. It's the moment when you stop ignoring the signs and start listening to that voice deep within you, the one that's been whispering, or maybe even shouting, that you're meant for more. Change doesn't announce itself with grand fanfare. It often comes as a quiet discomfort, a persistent feeling that something isn't right. It's that sense of being stuck, of waking up every day and feeling like you're going through the motions but not really living. This realization requires courage because it forces you to confront hard truths. It means looking at the life you've built and asking yourself, is this truly where I want to be? Or am I just staying here because it's familiar, because it's safe? Comfort can be a dangerous thing. It can lull you into staying in a place that no longer serves you, convincing you that change is too hard, too risky, or too uncertain. But the truth is, staying in a situation that no longer aligns with your soul is far more dangerous than any leap of faith could ever be. Sometimes recognizing the need for change comes from pain of failure, a loss, or a betrayal. Other times, it's subtler, a growing dissatisfaction or a dream that refuses to die. Whatever the reason, when you feel that tug, don't ignore it. That's life trying to tell you something. That's your future self calling you forward. You must take a hard look at your habits, your relationships, and even your environment. Are they helping you grow, or are they keeping you small? Are you holding on to things that no longer bring you joy, peace, or purpose? Change begins when you're honest with yourself, when you admit that where you are isn't where you're supposed to stay. It's not a sign of weakness to say, this isn't working. In fact, it's the first step to strength. Recognizing the need for change isn't about admitting failure, it's about choosing growth. It's about acknowledging that you're not done evolving, that your story isn't finished, and that there's a new chapter waiting to be written. Embracing solitude as a tool for self-discovery is one of the most transformative decisions you can make. In a world filled with constant noise, distractions, and demands for your attention, solitude becomes a sanctuary where clarity can flourish. It is in the quiet moments, away from the chaos, that you truly begin to hear yourself, your thoughts, your desires, your fears, and your dreams. Solitude allows you to step back and reflect on who you are, not as defined by the roles you play or the expectations placed upon you, but as your authentic self. When you strip away the influence of others, you uncover the raw truth about what matters to you, what drives you, and what holds you back. It's a chance to meet yourself on a deeper level, free from judgment and comparison. In solitude, you learn to become comfortable with your own company. This is not loneliness, it's strength. It's the realization that you are enough, that your worth isn't tied to your social circles, relationships, or external validation. This sense of self-reliance can be empowering because it teaches you that you don't need anyone or anything to define your happiness or success. Self-discovery requires honesty, and solitude provides the space for that honesty to emerge. It's a time to ask yourself the tough questions. What am I passionate about? What am I afraid of? What do I truly want from life? The answers may not come immediately, but in the stillness, they begin to take shape. Solitude isn't just about being alone. It's about listening, understanding, and reconnecting with yourself. Moreover, solitude sharpens your focus and aligns you with your purpose. When you're not constantly reacting to the outside world, you can dig deeper into your inner world. This is where breakthroughs happen, ideas are born, solutions are uncovered, and dreams are reignited. You discover not just who you are, but who you want to become. It may feel uncomfortable at first. We are conditioned to seek connection and to fill empty moments with distractions. But solitude is not a void, it's an opportunity. It's the fertile ground where you plant the seeds of self-awareness and growth. Once you learn to embrace it, solitude becomes a powerful tool that helps you transform your life from the inside out. Rebuilding your foundation is a process of starting over with intention and clarity, creating a stronger base upon which to build your future. It's about stripping away what no longer serves you and laying down the bricks of your life with purpose. Foundations are the unseen structures that support everything else. And when cracks appear, whether through neglect, mistakes, or life's storms, you must have the courage to go back and repair or rebuild. The first step in this process is acknowledging where the weaknesses lie. It requires honest self-assessment. Are the choices you've made aligned with your true values? Have you been building on shaky ground, influenced by the expectations of others or fleeting desires? Rebuilding begins with this clarity, knowing what you truly want and what you no longer need. When you rebuild, you must start with your core, your values, beliefs, and vision for your life. These are the bedrock of everything you do. Without a solid understanding of who you are and what you stand for, the structures you create will always be unstable. Take the time to define these core principles and let them guide every decision and action moving forward. Rebuilding doesn't mean discarding everything. Sometimes it's about reinforcing what is already there, strengthening your character, sharpening your skills, and deepening your relationships with people who truly matter. Other times it means tearing down entirely and starting anew. Both require effort, but the result is a life that can withstand the challenges ahead. This process also demands patience. You can't rebuild a foundation overnight. It's a slow, deliberate process of unlearning bad habits, replacing them with good ones, and cultivating discipline. It's about consistency, laying one brick at a time and ensuring each one is placed with care and intention. As you rebuild, let go of the rush to see immediate results. Trust the process. A strong foundation is often invisible, but it is the most critical part of any structure. Without it, even the most impressive exteriors will crumble under pressure. Finally, rebuilding your foundation means embracing resilience. Life will test you again and again, but a rebuilt foundation stands firm in the face of adversity. It becomes a testament to your strength, adaptability, and determination. When you rebuild with intention and authenticity, you create a life that not only supports your goals, but also empowers you to reach heights you never thought possible. Letting go of what's holding you back is an act of liberation, a necessary step to move forward and step into your fullest potential. Often, we cling to things, people, or habits that no longer serve us, either out of fear, comfort, or attachment to the past. But holding on to these weights keeps us anchored in places we've outgrown, preventing us from reaching the new horizons life has to offer. The first step is recognizing what's truly holding you back. It could be toxic relationships, old fears, limiting beliefs, or even a comfort zone that feels safe but is suffocating your growth. These things may have once served a purpose in your life, but seasons change and so must you. Holding on to what no longer aligns with your goals only drains your energy and clouds your vision. Letting go requires courage because it means confronting the unknown. We fear what lies on the other side of release: uncertainty, loneliness, or failure. But the truth is, holding on to what's familiar can be far more damaging than stepping into the unfamiliar. You cannot open yourself to new opportunities if your hands are full of the past. This process is not about forgetting or dismissing what has happened. It's about acknowledging it and choosing to move forward. Letting go doesn't mean you failed, it means you've learned. Each person, experience, or habit that no longer serves you has taught you something, and now it's time to carry those lessons, not the baggage. Letting go is also about forgiveness of others and of yourself. Holding on to anger, guilt, or regret keeps you tethered to moments that have already passed. Forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for your freedom. When you forgive, you reclaim your power and redirect it toward your future. It's a process that demands faith in yourself and your journey. You must believe that what lies ahead is better than what you're leaving behind. This belief empowers you to walk away from toxic situations, unhealthy habits, or self-doubt, knowing that you are creating space for something greater. As you let go, you'll find that your load gets lighter. Your mind becomes clearer, your spirit stronger, and your path forward brighter. What seemed impossible before because you were weighed down now feels within reach. You begin to see that letting go isn't losing, it's gaining freedom, clarity, and the ability to move toward the life you're meant to live. Letting go is not a one-time act, but a continual practice of releasing what no longer serves you. With each step, you shed old layers and uncover the resilient, capable, and extraordinary person you were always meant to be. Being deliberate about your transformation means taking control of your growth with intention and focus. Transformation doesn't happen by chance, it's the result of conscious decisions and consistent effort. If you want to change your life, you must approach it with a clear plan and unwavering commitment, rather than leaving it to the whims of circumstances or the opinions of others. It starts with defining your vision. You can't transform aimlessly, you need to know what you're working toward. What kind of person do you want to become? What kind of life do you want to lead? Clarity is power. When you set a clear intention, you create a roadmap for your journey. And every step you take moves you closer to that vision. Transformation also requires setting meaningful goals. These goals should challenge you but also be realistic and attainable. Break them down into actionable steps so you can measure your progress and stay on track. Each small victory builds momentum, reinforcing your belief that the change you're pursuing is possible and within your grasp. Being deliberate means paying attention to your habits and choices. Every decision you make, no matter how small, contributes to your transformation. Ask yourself, does this action align with the person I'm becoming? Is this moving me closer to my goals or keeping me stuck? This level of mindfulness keeps you focused and prevents you from drifting off course. You must also surround yourself with the right environment and people. Transformation is hard enough without the weight of negativity or doubt. Seek out individuals who inspire, challenge, and support you. Create an environment that nurtures your growth, a space where you can thrive without distractions or setbacks. Deliberate transformation involves embracing discipline. Change is never easy, and there will be days when motivation is low and progress feels slow. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward, even when the excitement fades. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, day after day, knowing that consistency will eventually yield results. It's important to celebrate your progress along the way. Transformation is a journey, not an overnight process. Acknowledge the milestones you've reached and the hard work you've put in. This practice of gratitude reinforces your commitment and keeps your energy high. Finally, being deliberate about your transformation means staying adaptable. Life is unpredictable, and your path won't always be straight. Be willing to adjust your approach without losing sight of your ultimate goal. Resilience and flexibility allow you to overcome obstacles and keep moving forward. Self-improvement is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. It's about looking at where you are and deciding where you want to go. Each day presents a new opportunity to learn something new, improve your mindset, and refine your abilities. The beauty of self-improvement is that it's never limited by age, background, or circumstances. It's a lifelong journey, and every step you take brings you closer to the best version of yourself. Learning can take many forms, from formal education to informal experiences. Books, courses, podcasts, seminars, and workshops are all valuable sources of knowledge. But true learning comes when you apply what you've learned in real life. It's not enough to just acquire new information. You need to implement it, experiment with it, and see how it works in practice. When you learn something and put it into action, that's when transformation happens. Investing in self-improvement also means committing to emotional and mental growth. This can include developing emotional intelligence, managing stress, cultivating resilience, or improving your communication skills. These aspects of growth are often overlooked, but they are crucial to your overall well-being and success. Strengthening your mind and emotions empowers you to handle challenges with grace and clarity, making you more effective in every area of your life. Self-improvement also requires a willingness to confront your weaknesses and work on them. Everyone has areas where they can improve, and it takes courage to face those areas head-on. But when you're willing to work on your flaws, you open the door to new possibilities. It's about recognizing that growth comes not just from your strengths, but from developing the areas where you're not yet proficient. This kind of self-awareness and humility is what drives real progress. As you invest in learning and self-improvement, you also begin to cultivate a growth mindset. Rather than seeing challenges as obstacles, you view them as opportunities to learn and evolve. With this mindset, you begin to see failure not as a setback, but as a stepping stone on your path to success. When you embrace this mindset, you're no longer afraid of mistakes, because you know that every misstep is an opportunity to get better. The more you invest in learning and self-improvement, the more you increase your capacity for success. Whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal goals, growth expands your potential. When you commit to becoming better every day, you unlock new doors of opportunity that were previously out of reach. You develop the confidence to take on new challenges and the expertise to excel in them. Ultimately, the greatest investment you can make is in your own growth. The world will continue to change, but by constantly learning and improving, you position yourself to not just adapt, but to thrive. No one can take your knowledge, skills, or growth from you. They are yours to keep forever. And when you invest in yourself, you lay the foundation for a life of purpose, fulfillment, and success. Celebrating quiet victories is a powerful practice that often goes unnoticed in a world that celebrates loud successes and dramatic accomplishments. These small, silent victories are the ones that truly shape who we are and drive us toward our larger goals. They are the moments that may not make headlines, but they are the ones that matter the most, because they represent personal growth, perseverance, and resilience. Quiet victories often occur behind the scenes, out of the public eye. They are the quiet moments when you push through challenges, overcome internal doubts, or make progress on something that matters deeply to you. It could be waking up earlier than usual to work on a passion project, finishing a book that you've been meaning to read, or sticking to your health goals despite the temptation to give up. These victories may seem insignificant to others, but to you they signify growth and commitment. One of the most powerful aspects of quiet victories is that they are often linked to inner strength. They are not the flashy, attention-grabbing moments, but rather the quiet choices you make to stay the course, to keep going when no one is watching. These are the decisions that show your character and your resolve. Celebrating them reminds you that success isn't just about achieving big milestones, it's about the consistent effort you put in every single day. When you celebrate these quiet victories, you give yourself the recognition and affirmation you deserve. You acknowledge that the small steps are just as important as the big leaps. Too often, we wait for a major breakthrough to feel proud of ourselves, but this mindset overlooks the progress we make in our daily lives. Every small action you take toward your goal is a victory. Every time you show up for yourself, you are making progress, and that deserves to be celebrated. Quiet victories also serve as reminders of your capabilities. They allow you to see the strength you possess even in the smallest of actions. This helps you build confidence and keep your motivation high. When you recognize and celebrate the small wins, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of overcoming challenges and achieving what you set out to do. It's the quiet wins that fuel your drive to reach for bigger and bolder accomplishments. In addition, celebrating quiet victories helps you stay grounded. It shifts the focus from comparing yourself to others and external achievements to honoring your own journey. In a world that often praises the loudest successes, quiet victories help you connect with what truly matters to you. They keep you focused on your own path, rather than getting distracted by the noise of others' achievements. Taking time to celebrate these victories also encourages you to stay consistent. When you acknowledge even the smallest progress, you are more likely to keep going. The journey becomes more fulfilling when you see that every effort counts, no matter how small it may seem. It's not always about the destination, but about appreciating the steps you take along the way. Quiet victories have a lasting impact because they are the foundation upon which larger successes are built. Each small win compounds over time, creating a sense of momentum that propels you forward. They teach you patience, persistence, and the value of the process. When you celebrate these moments, you're not only honoring what you've accomplished, but also reinforcing your commitment to the journey. Ultimately, quiet victories are about acknowledging the inner work, the personal growth, and the progress that may not be visible to the outside world, but is felt deeply within. They are the everyday reminders that you are on the right path. And every step you take, no matter how quiet, brings you closer to your ultimate goals. Emerging as your best self is not a destination, but a continuous journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation. It's about stepping into who you are meant to be, fully embracing your strengths, your flaws, and everything in between. The process of emerging as your best self requires patience, self-reflection, and a commitment to becoming the person you've always known you could be. It's about transcending limitations, rising above challenges, and showing up for yourself in ways that you've never done before. To emerge as your best self, you must first understand that growth is a constant. It's not about becoming perfect or attaining some idealized version of yourself. Rather, it's about embracing your journey with all its ups and downs and choosing to evolve with every experience. You need to let go of the idea that you have to have it all figured out right away, because the truth is, no one does. Emerging as your best self is a process of continuous learning, adapting, and growing, day by day, moment by moment. The key to this transformation is self-awareness. Understanding who you truly are, the essence of your being, is the foundation upon which you can build. You must take the time to reflect on your values, your passions, and your purpose. What drives you? What are your deepest desires? What are the things that make you come alive? Once you know who you are at your core, you can begin to shape your actions, thoughts, and choices to align with that vision of yourself. This clarity will guide you through challenges and help you stay true to your path. Emerging as your best self also means being honest with yourself about your weaknesses and areas for growth. It's about looking in the mirror and acknowledging where you have room to improve without judgment. Recognizing your flaws doesn't mean accepting them as permanent, but rather seeing them as opportunities for growth. The best version of yourself is not one who is without flaws, but one who is constantly striving to improve, learn, and rise above limitations. Part of this emergence involves taking responsibility for your life and your choices. When you fully own your decisions, actions, and outcomes, you empower yourself to change and move forward. You stop blaming external circumstances or other people for where you are. Instead, you recognize that you have the power to shape your own reality. This accountability allows you to step out of victimhood and into your power, making the conscious choice to evolve, no matter how difficult the journey may be. Emerging as your best self requires letting go of past baggage. This could be past mistakes, regrets, or limiting beliefs that hold you back. It means forgiving yourself and others and not allowing your past to dictate your future. The best version of yourself is one who is free from the chains of the past, unburdened by guilt or resentment, and open to new possibilities. It's about starting each day fresh, knowing that you are capable of creating a future that reflects your true potential. This transformation also involves surrounding yourself with positivity and people who encourage your growth. As you work toward becoming your best self, you will encounter those who may doubt you, criticize you, or try to pull you back into old habits. But in order to emerge as your best self, you must protect your energy. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, inspire you, and support your vision. The right environment will help you grow, while the wrong one will hinder your progress. Emerging as your best self also means being courageous enough to take risks. You can't play it safe forever and expect to grow. Sometimes becoming the person you're meant to be requires you to step outside of your comfort zone and embrace uncertainty. The fear of failure or the unknown can be paralyzing, but true growth happens when you face that fear head-on and push through it. Every risk you take, every challenge you face, is an opportunity to evolve and expand beyond what you thought was possible. Finally, emerging as your best self is about being kind to yourself throughout the process. It's easy to be hard on yourself, to feel like you're not moving fast enough or that you're not where you should be. But remember that growth takes time, and every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. Be patient with yourself, celebrate the wins, learn from the setbacks, and keep moving forward. The journey to becoming your best self isn't linear, and that's okay. What matters is that you're committed to evolving and embracing the process of becoming the person you were always meant to be. When you emerge as your best self, you do more than just reach your potential. You unlock a life of fulfillment, purpose, and joy. You radiate confidence because you know who you are, and you move through the world with intention, knowing that you are fully capable of handling whatever comes your way. This version of you is not just a dream, it's your reality waiting to unfold. It's the person who has been inside of you all along, ready to rise up, to shine, and to make an impact. In conclusion, emerging as your best self is not a destination, but an ongoing journey of growth, self-awareness, and transformation. It requires you to embrace every step of the process, the quiet victories, the challenges, the lessons, and even the setbacks as opportunities for improvement. You must let go of limiting beliefs, step out of your comfort zone, and take full responsibility for your choices and your future. It's about making the decision every single day to show up for yourself, to keep learning, to keep evolving, and to keep pushing forward. When you do this, you not only unlock your potential, but you also create a life of purpose, fulfillment, and impact. Remember, you have everything within you to become the best version of yourself. The only thing standing between you and that transformation is the willingness to take the first step and keep going, no matter the obstacles. Stay committed, stay focused, and most importantly, believe in the power of your own journey.